Hey, all right, everybody, how's it going? Now, I got a few things by here to go through. Now, this headline by here, the reason why this headline jumped out to me is because in the comment section of my videos, a lot of the time, the anti-EV people who always say they're not anti-EV, even though they're against EVs, they always claim they're not anti-EV. So maybe they don't understand the word anti against something. I don't know. But anyway, the ones who always come into my comment section and on other videos, they say this thing. They say, nobody is buying second-hand or used electric cars. Nobody's buying them. Now, I know this is a load of old ghoulies. There's an article by here from This Is Money, which is an offshoot of Daily Fail, which is the favoured newspaper of anti-EV people. So they probably didn't like this article at all, because I can see that it's got 2,400 comments. Ooh. Now, I'm not going to go through the comments because it'll be the same thing. It's rinse and repeat. They're going to say the same old rubbish. But anyway, the article, it says used electric vehicles are selling faster than petrol and diesel models. And it says for one good reason. And I'll save you trying to look it up. The good reason is that the price. If the price is right, people will buy EVs. It says motorists are snapping up used electric cars, vehicles, faster than any other type of car. Faster than any other type of car. And it says, on average, an EV is snapped up within 33 days. A used EV is snapped up within 33 days. Faster than petrol, diesel, and I think it says further on, is faster than hybrids and plug-in hybrids. So, for anybody who's anti-EV and you want to keep repeating the same absolute nonsense, go and have a look at that article. Is there, written in black and white, EVs are selling faster than any other type of car. Okay? Pop that one in your pipe and smoke it. Is that right saying? So that was that. Now, my last video, I think it was my last video where I talked about the Daily Telegraph, or the Telegraph, sorry. And they put out a tweet, send us your terrible EV stories. Well, I've sent the video with all the good stories about EVs to that woman in question, and I won't get a reply. I know I won't. But anyway, at the bottom of that little tweet, there was an article. Now, this is the chair squeaking. It's no gas leak. The chair is squeaking. All right, see. When I try and squeak, it doesn't squeak. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So I don't know if anybody noticed. Well, somebody did notice. Just under the bottom of that little article I showed, it started off with a story of the electric car's driver with buyer's remorse, okay? And that story is hidden under a paywall, but I managed to find it on Yahoo, but it was hidden under a paywall, so I've managed to have a quick sneak peek. I can't show it all, but I'll just give you the nitty gritty, okay? There was some geezer, and he bought a Nissan Leaf, and they're saying he had buyer's remorse because he was finding it difficult to charge. And the other thing he said was, which was a bit weird, so you tell me in the comment section if this is a bit weird. He said because he couldn't connect the car to the internet. Now, I know this is true because older Nissan Leafs have been cancelled on the old internet because they had 2G, and 2G has been cancelled in the UK. I don't think you can get a 2G signal anymore, so you can't connect via the app. But in the older Nissan Leafs, it'd be Leafs, wouldn't it? You can set on the display, you can set it to charge to 80%, or you can do a timer on the display. Now, he said because he didn't have the internet connected to his car, he couldn't charge at 7 pence in the night. And I was like, huh? What? Now, to me, that sounds like the person hasn't got a Scooby-Doo what he's on about. He doesn't really understand what's going on, because I've got Octopus Energy, and after 11:30 or whatever it is 7 pence in the night. or my charger, I can stop it charging it until it goes to the off-peak tariff. And my daughter's car, which is the older Nissan Leaf, she charges on the cheap tariff, and she haven't got the internet on her car. Ooh. Anyway, so that story, if you're still following along, it said buyer's remorse, right? And he didn't like the Nissan Leaf. Do you know what his next car was? Have a guess what his next car was. Now, this story was supposed to be a person having buyer's remorse on buying an electric car. Just have a guess, unless you've read the article. Have a guess what his next car was. It was another electric vehicle. He bought the ID Buzz. And he said his wife was driving around in the Nissan Leaf. What a load of old ghoulies. Anyway, is there anything else I wanted to look at by here? There was another story here, wasn't it? Which one was this? Massive... No, it wasn't that one. There was a story from the BBC by here. Trafford Centre, massive electric charging station planned. And I think they're going to have over 60 chargers in this one place. The other one was this. Here. Now, after this one, the last bit I'm going to do is an anti-EV person who said he wasn't an anti-EV person. I'll say that slower. An anti-EV person who says he's not an anti-EV person sent me a comment, and I asked him about it, and then he moved the goalposts. Now, if you go back quite a few videos ago, I can't get my words out. If you go back quite a few videos ago on my channel, I mentioned that the anti-EV brigade or clan or whatever you want to call them like to move the goalposts. So if they say blah 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 about an electric vehicle and you go, no, this is the truth, and show them an article, then they'll move the goalposts onto something else, and then you'll show them something else, and then they'll move the goalposts onto something else until they run out of goalposts. And this is exactly what happened here. So this article here, before I get to the thing, there's a lot of waffle, I know, but some people say they like my waffle, so I'm waffling. This article here, and I've seen it many times before, but there's a new article out December the 8th, and it says electric cars could last much longer than you think. Now, they're going to last a lot longer than people who have never owned an EV or haven't got a clue about EVs. They just... It's a bit like they don't own an EV, right? And maybe they can't afford to buy an EV, or for whatever reason they don't want to buy an EV because I don't know why, right? So them people tend to jump on the bandwagon of seeing negative stories about EVs, okay? They repeat them stories, and it makes them feel better about the car they own at this moment in time. It's a lot of that going on, right? And I get a lot of comments of saying people like things like EVs are only for the wealthy. I'm not wealthy, and I own an EV. My brother's just bought an EV. He's not wealthy. My daughter's not wealthy. She works in, and so does her boyfriend, and they got an EV, a second-hand one, but they're not wealthy. They're not blinking wealthy. So anybody can own an EV if you've got a certain amount of income. Anyway, what was I on about? Oh yeah, electric cars could last much longer than you think. Rather than having a shorter lifespan than the internal combustion engine. Now, I know what happens now. Whenever I say that, somebody comes in the comment section and says they have a diesel Peugeot 307, is it? No, sorry, a 406. I've got a diesel Peugeot 406 and it's got 457,000 miles on it, and I've never changed a clutch or nothing in his life. Stop lying. Things get changed on when you have high mileages. Clutches have been changed, everything's been changed. Anyway, EV batteries are lasting way longer than expected, surprising even the automakers themselves. They're surprised. They're all sat there and they went, ooh. They're all surprised, which they probably are. They probably didn't think it'd last as long. Now, let's get to that comment that I did mentioned about. I'll try and get through it as quick as possible. So this person here, I'm going to give him a shout out. So if you watch the next video, I'm giving you a shout out. I considered an EV when I was looking to replace my old car, but the maths just didn't work. It just didn't work. I worked out, right? Now, as soon as I read this, I thought, this is a load of ghoulies, okay? I worked out that with the additional cost of a new EV, I could drive my diesel at least 15 times. At least 15 times. At least. So it could mean even more. At least 15 times around the world. And that was even if the EV was charged for free. Free, I should say. Not three. Free. I also didn't factor in the depreciation, because obviously his diesel car isn't going to depreciate at all. It's going to go up in value, isn't it? In his head. He said if people are happy with whatever choice they make, brilliant. But I'm just stating the benefits of EVs without considering the drawbacks is disingenuous. No, the comment he made was disingenuous, okay? Because I replied and I said, you were stating the maths without any actual figures. What was the EV? What was the diesel car? Did you buy the car with cash? Is it a lease, etc.? Do you plan on selling the car or keeping the car? And I said, it looks to me like your figures are from picking an extremely expensive EV. You state your diesel could go, now I worked out that going around the world 15 times is 390,000 miles. And he said, that'll still be cheaper than an EV for free. I said, show me your maths. Show me the money. That's what I said, right? Show it to me, right? Do you think he showed me the maths? Put your guesses down below. I'll sit by and wait. Did he show me the maths? What do you reckon? Did he show me the maths? His reply was, cars like for like, same or nearest models, okay? Then he said, my figures were wrong. I calculated only 10 times, not 15 as I stated. And then he said, to be fair, prices are closer than they used to be, and not as such a barrier to ownership. Although being realistic, charging isn't free. So he changed it from 15 to 10. Then he said the prices are closer now, right? And then he took away the free charger from electric cars. So you just can't win, Canoe. You just can't win. You just can't win with these people. They make these comments, right? And they're just plucked out of thin air. There's no maths. There was no maths at all behind his statement. He said the maths, but he made it up because he probably didn't realise that 15 times around the world is 390,000 miles, and that is a lot of money in buying diesel. I think I worked it out. I can't remember. And I overestimated as well. I give him like a 70 mile per gallon thing, and I worked out the price, and it was quite a few quid. It was more than 10 quid anyway. So there you go. That's my waffle for the day. Some people say they enjoy my waffle. So there we go. I did it for you. I waffled, okay? Now, if you did like this video, don't forget, comment, like, subscribe, do all them beautiful things, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ahoy!